Blessings, yo. Welcome to Life's Place, where I just and there's a monitoring spirit on the way. It just said hello to everybody. But yo, give my purse, pass my purse. Um, Today's random thoughts from Thy Dome is all about the carrying of others' burdens by way of the elders and the wise ones, suppose, right? Just because motherfuckers got gray hair don't mean that they fucking wise, yo. Just because they old don't mean that they fucking matured mentally, emotionally, but physically they have. They've shown their struggle, they've shown their age, they've shown where they've been, bless you, and where they've gone, and where they probably just got and don't have enough energy to get to. But they will teach their youngins to take out their fucking envy and jealousy, indifferences, colorism, fucking discrimination, their racism, their fucking prejudices onto their children by way of saying this, and this is what the family does. We got to keep it in the family. This is something. This is what you're going to do, daughter. This is what you're going to do. They are not like us. They don't do this, and you got to do that to them. You got to do that to them. Therefore the curses continue. And then they'll wonder why their own goes through the same cycle all over again, because some people really, some people, our elders, like, don't want us to grow up. They still see us in the view of being able to be told what to do. They want you to be able to just move the way that they want you to move. They want you to think the way that they want you to think. They want you to have thought the same way that they have thoughts every single time they ever came up with a thought. And they want you to agree with everything. If not, they will cut you off from this, take this away, that away, and you will never have this. Or they will tap onto every childhood wound they ever inflicted on you. Let you remember that you are a bad little kid. That you remember that we took you from this and we did that for you and did that for you. Whereas you stay in the kid's place. You never grow up in their eyes. So you will never be able to make adult decisions for yourself. So they make it for you, and they pass along their own fears per se, their own advice per se, their own by way of opinions, by way of manipulations mostly. It's manipulating your mind and your heart because of the love of you, the trust, the loyalty, the respect that you have of those that have the trust, the titles and the positions in our lives where you must adhere because, the titles and the positions that they have in our lives. So you must not take that job. You must not go to that state. You must not go travel. You must not live your life because they're afraid of the big boo boo man. They're afraid of the big monsters, but they're making you afraid too. They're putting their anxiety onto you. They're putting a lot of the shit that they couldn't do, can't do, never wanted to do. And they're afraid for you to do it because there's too much excitement in your voice, in your energy, in your whole body to really do. So they will remind you of all the things that they did for you and all the things that they won't do for you if you go and be happy, if you decide for yourself, if you make a decision all for you, if you choose you. And some people won't like you. It's a sad thing because if you go off into a sabbatical and just really clear your own zone, your own energy from the people, places, and things that, basically ruled you, basically educated you in the grooming process, in the conditioning process, where you are to listen, you are to sit and obey and eat the food that you are served, even if the food is no good for you. They will feed you all the food and all the servings until you can no longer get up. And then they will call you lazy and procrastinate and that you are not good for anything and this is all that you will do and this is all that you will ever be. So people manipulate you into the point of where they need you to be. And that is just to sit still and listen and take on orders and move when they want you to move. Therefore, you don't have a life for you. Your life is being moved by way of those that respect you, love you, care for you, and they're really watching out for you. But they really just want they just want to be able to see you. They want to be able to pinpoint to you where you are and call you, and you will be there at the drop of a dime, and you are not allowed to do. It's like being a child and staying a child. Therefore, you never grow up because they don't want you to grow up Because if you grow up, that means you'll answer for yourself. If you grow up, that means you will do for yourself. If you grow up, that means you let go of their hands. But some of them hold on tight. They don't want to let you go. They want to keep you as a kid, because keeping you as a kid, that mentality matches up with theirs. Therefore, they never grow up either. They don't want to grow up. They don't want you to grow up too. They want you to sit still and eat the food. Eat the food, item A. Eat the cake. Eat the cake, item A. Meanwhile, on the other side of the corner, somebody's screaming, Marshall, 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 why you? Why do you get all the opportunities? Why do you get all the happiness? But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to manipulate you. I'm going to influence you into denying all the things that are making you happy, because I got to get rid of that smile. I got to take that smile away from you. And that's the one that will go throughout the whole family, the whole friend circle, just to take that smile away from you, just to take that happy from you. Meanwhile, your elders are just going to sit there and make sure that they remind you of everything that you used to do. Dang it, yo. This is a wild ass fucking energy that just don't want you to grow. They want you to stay a kid because they want control. They don't want you to have control of yourself. That's the thing. They want to control every part of your life. Oh God, this energy. They don't control themselves. That's the thing. They don't want to control themselves. It's fun to control others, but they're being controlled too. It's just not the energy that they actually want to adhere to. They don't want us to say that they've submitted to the energy of basically giving their souls up to the system. The system to feed them your emotion, because those that really do have ties to us, where it taps into our hearts, where they stay forever on our mind. It's like a tap into your emotion in order to flip it into that cryptocurrency, where they're feeding the system. They are the system, you know? They are the outpost. They are the plug for you to fill in. It's like, the matriarch of the family, the head of the family. You go there for the answers, for the wise answers and shit, because they're supposedly all experienced. But some of them really show their experience by way of guiding you and directing you in a damn wrong directions, to brick walls, because they want you to come back. You know, it's like the doctor that knows that you're not going to get healthy, right? But they're going to keep giving you pill after pill after pill, hoping that one of those pills take effect. But none of them ever do. But in the meantime, you're becoming delusional. You're becoming lopsided. If something's going on with you, because now this whatever you were eating or whatever you're being fed and whatever was in those pills is changing your whole molecular system. Because manipulation by way of emotions and the mental to make you react some way, it causes your nervous system to act up. It causes the anxiety, it causes the panic attacks, it causes a lot of things where your system is all over the place. But people do that on purpose, to trigger you, just to see you, just to react to something that they're doing to you. Because some people always have a plan. They have a backup plan. They don't think that you do, but they don't want you to either. They want that surprise for you, where you are caught off guard, where you will lose your shit. And then there you go. You're in 8x10 someplace. Or you lose your shit and they fucking pretend with that self-defense thing, where, nobody really ever tells the truth. But at your funeral, they will. It's like that type of shit. But overall, nobody really wants you to be an individual with your own thought, with your own direction, but besides them or outside of them wanting to control you and dominate you just because they love you. Know what, the most I got you. Have a good one. Bye.